Hi everyone, this is Praveen Dure from DICE University, and in today's video we are going to talk about the introduction of Ad-Maven Push Traffic Network tutorial. Let's go! Welcome to today's video where we are going to give a review on a push traffic network which we called as Ad-Maven. Look at Ad-Maven. Every time I look at Ad-Maven, it's constantly developing. The last time we saw the website of Ad-Maven, this is not the way Ad-Maven look like. Even the logo, they actually changed the whole thing. This is what I like regarding this type of push traffic network, where they are constantly upgrading. And this is one of the most important features that you should always have in order for your push traffic network to succeed. If a push traffic network does not have this particular feature, it will go crazy. So Ad-Maven is really crazy when it comes to experience. They are actually very experienced when it comes to advertising online. So what is actually Ad-Maven? Ad-Maven is a popular online ad platform that focuses on both monetizing your ad for publishers as well as creating ads for advertisers. So like I told previously, they are pretty experienced. Over 35 years experience brings Ad-Maven to be one of the most top in this particular industry. A leader in the full page advertising industry, the platform offers the publisher a range of ways to actually monetize their website. And also when it comes to the advertiser, they do have new things coming up all the time. Currently, they do have a new ad format which is called the floating push campaign. So the floating push campaign actually looks very similar for a normal push notification or a native ads. They integrate into users' experience while they browse. But this new format is easy to implement for advertising, providing creative flexibility to run campaign with high ROI. So how does a normal push campaign differs with this floating push campaign? While a normal push notification is sent through the browser, mainly Chrome, the floating push would appear on the actual publisher site and therefore supported on all operating systems and on all browsers. So this is the different ad format that they have recently created. Like I told you, they are constantly creating new ad format, new ways. They are constantly improvising themselves, and that is what we need as a push traffic network. So let's get into their website. Look at their website. Now, if you look at their website, you know how keen they are with the designing. You know how keen they are with showing that they are actually the best. Look at the way the website is designed. It's pretty high tech. There's a lot of nice animations over here, and the best part is everything is pretty targeted. For here you can actually see publishers, advertisers, everything is like different. Even if when you want to sign up later on, you can actually go ahead and sign up into publishers different site. You can actually go ahead and sign up into the advertisers different site. So everything is like segregated and everything looks pretty neat. So what they actually say about themselves with the website, this is not how it looks like, guys. They have actually changed it, and I kind of like their new logo. The new logo looks pretty interesting. So we are your partners. We offer advertisers high quality direct traffic to maximize their ROI. You can actually launch a campaign or monetize. So monetize is publisher, launch a campaign is advertiser. So what make us pop? What makes them great? Monetize every user, global coverage, adaptive platform, dedicated support. So they do have a dedicated support team. Got traffic, monetize your traffic for publishers. This is for publishers as well. So if you're looking for traffic, do it different, do it better. This is our section over here. So they do have endless direct traffic, over 1 billion highly performing users. Over 90% of it is made available through direct deals with publisher, with My God, spelling error. I'm not a paranoid when it comes to spelling error, but I personally see, look at the website, how well it's done. But then when they have this kind of spelling error, it makes the whole thing look so dull and so bad. This is sad, guys. Please, please proofread your website. I know people make mistakes, and spelling errors are small mistakes, but then don't do this, guys. It actually brings your professionality levels very down. So yeah, they do have a dedicated support, dedicated account manager, blah blah blah, multiple formats. So from full screen ads to push notification, we're going to see what type of ad formats they have later on. So optimizing expert, CPM, CPC, CPA, results, blah blah blah. So this is how you launch a campaign. So they do have a contact number over here. They do have emails. Even their email is actually segregated, as you can see. Both for advertisers it's different, and for publisher it's actually different. So all you got to do is go ahead and sign up. So when you want to sign up, you can actually sign, like I told you, sign up into advertisers or publishers. So we are not going to focus on publishers. We are going to focus on advertisers, a media buyer. So let's go ahead and sign up. I've already actually signed up into the Ad-Maven. You can actually go ahead and sign up, and then you can actually go ahead and log in, guys. So you can actually create two different accounts. I have two different accounts as a publisher as well as an advertiser. So I'm going to log in into my account. So once you actually log in into your Ad-Maven account, this is how the dashboard looks like. So like if you can actually see over here, you know that this dashboard is custom made. So what is the difference between a desktop which actually looks very similar with other desktop and also a dashboard? I always use the word desktop. I don't know why, guys. So it's dashboard. So there is some, if you actually go into different ad network, you can actually see that some of their dashboard actually looks very similar with one another. So this is actually when they have a normal template. When you want to create a website for a dashboard, especially for a ad network, they do have like a template available where you can actually go ahead and copy those templates. So most of these websites actually copy those templates. So if you see something very different, something like Admaven, that means they actually did not copy the template. They did this themselves, which is pretty nice. So the stats is here, how much you have spent, how much you have left, pixel impression clicks, CPC, VTR. So VTR is view through rate. So CR is conversion rate, earnings, event conversion, hours of the day. You can actually see the impressions, clicks. So there's a lot of stuff going on, guys. So they do have an internal tracking system. If not, they would not be able to do all these stats. So over here, it looks pretty neat. So this is actually their main dashboard. And then you can actually go ahead and talk to their support team over here if you want to, which is pretty nice and pretty neat as well. So let's go to each of this segment and check out. So the segment is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 segments, but then when you click on each of these segments, there's like different subsection within it. So let's go to the report section first. So you can actually go to push notifications, you can go to floating push, or you can go to pop under, and you can see the reports by date, you can see the reports by campaign. So it changed. We don't have a campaign running right now, but if you have a campaign running, these are the details that you can actually see. View through rate is something new. Position or ads average position in the listing, okay. EPC, EPV, CPC, CPV, and all this kind of stuff, which is pretty neat and pretty nice. I pretty like they're reporting their internal tracking system. And then the next section will be the campaign, which we're going to take a look at the final. So let's go ahead over here, the budget manager. So there's a payment transaction over here where you can actually go ahead and add your fund. So when you add your fund, there's only 3 methods to add your fund. Oh, that's sad, guys. Being a professional ad company like Admaven, I thought that they would have much more available options to actually add fund, because it will sometimes PayPal is not allowed in certain countries, and then this kind of methods is not allowed in certain countries, all this kind of stuff. So this happens. So when this happens, when you have various methods to actually deposit your fund into that particular ad network, it would be better. So this is something very sad. It's actually a very bad thing about Admaven. So they do have like credit card, wire, and more. So they do have PayPal. Let's just see how much is PayPal. So PayPal is minimum 50. So for credit card, it's also 50, I guess. So 50 as well. So coupon, there's also coupon over here. So you can actually go ahead and add your fund in that particular manner. So the next section would be the audience segment, where you can actually create audience. So this is like I told you in previous ad networks review and all this kind of stuff. So if you have your landing page, or if you have website and you have actually installed the pixel within your website or within your landing page, then you can actually go ahead and take the audience and create your own audience. What is the benefit of creating this own audience is that most of the audience are the audience that already come to your website, so definitely they must be interested in your product. So if you go ahead and retarget to them, means they already search for your product, and then when you retarget the ads to them, it will actually bring much more higher sales. So that's the whole idea of creating this audience. So you can actually go ahead and create your audience over here. The next one would be settings. So you can actually edit your account, normal stuffs over here, and then you can actually go ahead and do the domain list over here if you have a domain. So we do have a test domain available, which we have already created previously, and you can also create an IP list. So this IP list is something that you can actually go ahead and include when you're building a campaign later on, whether you want to blacklist or whitelist certain stuffs and all this kind of stuff. So help center over here, so when you click help center, is something like an FAQ, which makes your life much more easier. So FAQ is actually something which is available in a lot of ad networks, which is very common these days to have FAQ in ad networks, especially within the dashboard itself, because it makes your life easier, it makes the customer support team life easier. So it's like a win-win situation for both of y'all. So that's why the FAQ section is here. FAQ section with AI, so which is very good. So you can actually, if you need something regarding deposit, you can actually go ahead and search for deposit, and then like there's a lot of questions regarding deposit, normal questions and answers would be there. So you can actually go ahead and take a look at that. So let's go back to the dashboard over here. So basically we have covered, we was not covering things pretty fast because there was not a lot of stuff to cover. So the tracking was good, and then the budget I was bad because there's no lot of options to add fund, and then audience segment and settings. So basically they do not have a lot of variants over here. They do have a very limited variance, which is also very sufficient enough for you to actually create a campaign. In the end of the day, what you want to do with an ad network, you want to create a campaign, you want to run that campaign, you want to track that campaign. That's what you want to do with an ad network, right? So basically they do have sufficient information available over here, which you can actually go ahead and check out, which is good. So the next section would be the campaign section, and now we're gonna go ahead and create campaigns. But before that, you can actually go ahead and check out if you have any campaign running, and also over here itself you can actually create your campaign, and over there you can actually create a creative as well. So basically I personally think that when you're creating campaign, I've actually did a campaign with Ad-Maven before. So when you're creating a campaign itself, you can actually go ahead and create a creative. But in order, for example, let's say that you already found an offer and you spend a lot of time to find and build a creative for it. So you designed an image, a creative for it, and all this kind of stuff already, and then you want to go ahead and build your campaign. So you can actually save your creatives first, and then later on you can add your creative within your campaign itself. So depending on how you want to move forward with your progress, that's how you decide and that's how you move it. Personally, if you ask me, I would like to go with the flow step by step, like this, do this first, then do this first, then do that. I like to go on that step. So basically it totally depends on you. And I would highly recommend, if you're a beginner, if you're a novice, please go through step by step. It will make you much more comfortable in creating ads. It will make the process much more faster. You'll get used to it, as well as you will understand each and every one of the informations available. So once you actually got used to it and you already are a little bit experienced, then you can actually go ahead and start doing the creatives first, because the creative is where it is going to cost you a lot of time. Creatives is where you're going to spend a lot of time. We are going to do test ads definitely, but then we are not going to go and spend time with creatives. We're just going to put my image like usual, like how we do it. So that's just to show you how the ad system works. But in real life, when you're actually creating an ad, you have to go ahead and spend a lot of time with your creatives. That's why there's a different section for creative. So most people who are experienced, they actually build their creative first and then they build their campaign. So that's why it's here. And then let's go ahead and start building a campaign. So as you can see, you can actually create a floating push campaign, or you can create a pop under campaign. Definitely floating is much more interesting as well. I've already explained to you what is a floating push campaign means and how it differs from a normal push notification campaign. But for purpose of this video, and we are actually doing a push notification tutorial, right? So let's go ahead and create a push notification campaign. So once you click on that, you can actually see there is like a form type of over here, and there's like 4 sections: campaign budget, ad group targeting, TQ, and analytics. TQ, I think creative, so push ads. So let's go ahead and start building. Like I told you, step by step, do it step by step. So everything has changed. This is not how Ad-Maven looks like, and this is not how we actually create campaign with Ad-Maven previously, but it looks nice. So the campaign name is test campaign. So I'm going to run the campaign immediately. You can actually schedule your campaign when you want to run your campaign, from which date to which date if you want to, but I'm just going to run the campaign immediately. So the total budget of the campaign is $100. Daily budget is $10. Default CPC, let's just make it 0.01. Minimum CPC 0.01. Maximum CPC 0.1. So that's going to be maximum CPC. So if you have no idea regarding the CPC, you can actually go ahead and click the recommended card over here. This is actually the rate card. They will actually show you the rate card of push traffic and the rate card of pop traffic. You can actually download this CSV file and check out what is their rate for each and every one of the countries. So they usually provide this, but basically I've been using push traffic network for quite some time, so I know I'm gonna do a campaign on Malaysia. So the CPC should be somewhere around 0.019, 0.02, something like that. So I basically know, since I've already creating a lot of campaign. So that's how you do it. And then how you want to spend your daily budget, you can actually spend it evenly or you can spend it faster rate, so depending on you. So do you want to allow third-party traffic? Yes, that's what we want. We don't want the traffic from Ad-Maven alone. We want third-party traffic. So over here you can actually create a campaign limit. So how many daily clicks you want? So daily clicks, we want 100 daily clicks. Conversion, we want 10 conversion. Clicks per IP. So how many people from the same IP can actually click on your link? This is actually pretty neat. So you can actually limit it to 1, which means that only a person from, for example, I'm a person, I'm using this IP address, which I cannot change. I can actually mask my IP address, definitely, but I can't change my IP address. So using this IP address, I can actually go ahead and click on the link. So the next time I want to click on the link again, within 24 hours, what happens is I can't click on the link. So because it's limit by IP, which is great. This is actually a very great feature. I like this feature a lot. So the next button, so let's go ahead and the next button. So this is on the targeting section. So they do have a lot of stuff for targeting, which is pretty neat. Let's take a look at each one of it. So we're gonna go Malaysia. So yes, we're gonna move Malaysia. What is this? This is SAC, Southeast Asia, Malaysia. Yes. So I've actually checked Malaysia, my friend. Yes. So selected. Yes, selected. So you can actually go ahead and time target as well. So you can actually click all days or only working days. So you can only target weekends, or you can target specific time if you want to, or you can do nothing. You can just do it on all the time or stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and press all. So there's language over here. Definitely we're going to go on English alone because our traffic is going to be on English. So it's going to be English. English is selected. So you're going to select it. And then we're going to go on, let's see my mother language is there or not. I don't know whether my mother language is there. Not my mother language is there. Pretty nice. So over here is the targeting for operating system, user, agents, carriers. So for operating system, let's see how many operating systems are there. So there's quite a number of operating systems available, which is pretty nice. So we're not going to select the operating system browsers or carriers. I'm just going to take a look at how many browsers they do have. So within Chrome itself, you can actually choose what type of Chrome you want. So since the Chrome 80 is the one which has the limitation on the push notification, you can actually click on Chrome 18 alone and deselect it. Oh, this is actually a very good feature, because the Chrome 18 is where the push notification has a lot of problem. It's like they actually have this update where they actually limit a lot of features within push notification. So the Chrome 80 is the one. So you can actually go ahead and check out the Chrome 80 and send your campaigns to other Chromes, which is pretty neat, right? This is something that I like a lot. So they do have a lot of stuff within their targeting. So they are very concerned with their targeting, which is really good. When a ad network is concerned on their targeting, they are actually a very good ad network. So you can actually select carrier. So let's go ahead and select Malaysia and see what type of carrier is in Malaysia. So what type of carriers in Malaysia? So there's a lot of carriers. So audience is where I told you just now itself. You can actually create your audience, and then you can go ahead and add your audience here. So that's about it with targeting. I really like their targeting. They're very specialized. There's a lot of things that you can actually go ahead and target within their targeting options itself. So let's go ahead and next one. I want to see what is actually TQ. So wow, this is great analytics. So this is where you can actually see the conversion tracking. This is for all the AI features within Ad-Maven itself. So you can actually use the AI bid optimization. It allows smart bidding based on conversion earnings, and you can also use the new bid optimization, which is like dynamically adjust and maximize bid while trying to keep cost metric as the same level below the target value metrics. Oh, this is nice. So during the initial layering period, the bids might not be fully optimized. The cost metrics may not match the target value, which is okay. So these are the AIs that you can actually enable, or you can disable both AI. So depending on you. So you can actually use a sub ID from your tracking parameters and blacklist it, or you can even set a new goal, which is pretty interesting. So these are the goals that you can actually set. Pretty interesting, pretty interesting. But let me be frank. If you're a beginner affiliate marketer, or a beginner media buyer, these things might be a little bit complicated for you. So, but if you're an experienced media buyer or experienced affiliate marketer, these things are the things that can help you a lot. So you have this kind of AI, this kind of algorithms that can help you to reach your goal. So they do have a domain list where you can actually blacklist, and you can actually go ahead and cancel from the way you actually add your domain within the setting itself. And also you actually used the settings to add IP list, right? So you can blacklist it, you can select it, and feed list. So over here is the feed list, so you can actually see which you actually blacklisted and which you actually whitelisted, which is pretty interesting. So this part is okay, but this part is only for I wouldn't say that beginners or novice cannot use this feature. They can actually use this feature. It will definitely be beneficial from them. But you remember that they actually talked about learning curves and all this kind of stuff. So you need to understand what is actually a learning curve when you actually buying ads, when you actually buying traffic. Sorry. So when you're actually buying traffic, you should actually know what is actually a learning curve, how long it will take as a learning curve for Facebook. Facebook has different learning curves. Google has different learning curve. Push notifications has different learning curve. So you need to understand all this kind of stuff before you proceed. So you have to keep that all in your mind. So let's go ahead and click the next one where I think this is the part of the creatives, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go ahead and click it. So yeah, like I told you, so you have actually added goals and all this kind of stuff. So now we are going to actually create your push ad. So this is where you can actually create your creatives, and also this is over here you can actually, I think you can upload your creatives as well. There must be somewhere you can actually upload your creative, right? Sadly, I can't find where you can actually go ahead and add the one that you actually done before. So let's just, never mind, forget it since we never do it. So let's just go ahead and name our campaign, do a test campaign, and see how it looks like. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Our URL is going our URL. We are going to take this URL from our ClickBank offer. Just going to do a sample offer so that we can actually proceed further. So let's go ahead and take a URL from the ClickBank. So we're gonna paste it over here, so everything looks good. And I think that they have like an available size, so I don't think they have a cropping system within their particular network. So let's just see. Oh, they do have a cropping system, which is much more nice. So they or automatically crop it according to this particular size. Whether you want this size or whether you want this size, you can actually click. So this is actually a very good feature. So you don't need even to crop yourself. They actually do it for you. So it looks pretty neat. So these are the image and these are the icon image as well. So everything looks pretty neat. I want to see whether we can actually preview the campaign or not. So basically that's about it. Everything looks nice. So for title, and we advise to use 30 characters max each. So you don't want that. So you're gonna submit this. So everything looks pretty neat. So all you gotta do is just go ahead and hit the finish button and everything will be done. But before that, I always tell you, right, when you're doing a campaign, you have to preview that campaign. And if you don't preview that campaign, that is actually a sad feature that always should be there. It should be always there, guys. So this, we never preview anything, right? But actually you can actually go ahead and preview the campaign. So this is how your campaign will look like. If you click on the I button over here, you can actually see your campaign over here. So this is how your campaign will look like. So everything looks good. This is your link, offer link. This is your description. This is your image. So everything looks pretty neat. And if you want to edit, you can go ahead and edit it back. So everything looks pretty neat. So all you got to do is lastly, just hit the finish button and your campaign will be going into a review. This usually take less than 24 hours, sometimes not even 3 hours. So because they can actually review very fast. So once they actually review it, what happens is if you comply to all their rules and regulation when it comes to creating an ad, you will be approved and then your ad will go live. So basically that's how you do it. So to give my personal summary regarding the Ad-Maven, Ad-Maven is one of the ad networks that I have personally used before as well, but it does not look anything like how I have used it previously. It has changed so much. Everything looks pretty neat with Ad-Maven, but Ad-Maven, personally, what I would think is they're very good when it comes to targeting. They do have like a preview and their targeting is like very specialized, especially the part that you can actually go ahead and choose the Google Chrome 80 and remove that. That's actually a very highlight part of the targeting. So I really like their targeting. I really like how their campaign stuff is all done. All this is very, very great regarding the Ad-Maven, but everything looks a little bit technical. So if you are a beginner affiliate marketer or a beginner media buyer, definitely this might be a little bit confusing for you. I think by my experience on media buying, I think beginners would get a little bit confused when it comes to the Ad-Maven, especially creating the campaign and all this kind of stuff. So if you are a beginner affiliate marketer or media buyer, definitely there's a lot of other very straightforward ad networks that you can go ahead and take a look at first. For example, like Propeller Ads, it's like very, very straightforward. You can just do it like in the blink of your eye, just like that, just like a snap in the finger, and your campaign is created. So there's a lot of networks like that. You can actually go ahead, learn some things from that networks first, and then you can actually come to Ad-Maven and then utilize the Ad-Maven, where you can actually go ahead and utilize the AI. You can utilize a lot of stuff within Ad-Maven itself, which will definitely optimize your campaign. So that's about it in today's video, guys. I think I've covered a lot in today's video. I really hope that today's video was beneficial for you and you could use the information from today's video to enhance your push traffic campaign. That's what I want, guys. So thanks again for watching and I'll be seeing you in the next one. But before I go,
allow me to introduce the Dice University Forum. Whether you are trying to make your first conversion on ClickBank or scale your campaigns to 6 figures, the Dice University Forum offers you exactly what you need, like high-quality landing page templates, detailed case studies, and exclusive discounts. The forum has no outdated information. All resources inside are from campaigns that are running right now. Do you want to learn from super affiliates? Check the link in the description and sign up today.